So this is Allotment 2019. There's my patch, my allotment, a little bit of space. I started off by planting some flowers using Jack's magic. So I put the bulbs in some pots and then gave them some water. Started digging, made sure I had the correct boots. Found some worms. Worms are brilliant for allotment, they really do help out. Put some manure down, that also helps. Gives it nutrients. Taking out the weed is very important. Very nice little space, very peaceful. So I planted some kale. This is the plan of what I wanted to do. Couldn't do all of it due to certain plants don't work well in certain spaces and weather and blah blah blah. So I got the kale down. The kale started to pick up quite quickly, so it's starting to grow. Here's some other plants I potted. These are the tomatoes. I planted quite a few tomatoes but didn't really realise. Started off some sunflower. There's a tomato, there's a tomato, there's another tomato, there's one, and some flowers to mix it up. Tomato, guess what? Some more tomato. One of my plants, flowers. As you can see, the kale is doing well. Sunflowers started to pick up. These are the carrots. I started them off in a pot. I put the pot high up because there's something about flies at a certain level that eat them. So the carrots are high up. Picking the kale. So I've got the kale. So I've prepared some oil, and we get the kale and throw it in. Whoa. That's hot. That's hot. Now under control. We just fry it till it goes crispy. I've added the salt and pepper. After 2 minutes, it has all gone nice and crispy. I'm transferring that onto the plate. Napkins just to rinse Here it is. Red kale. Back to the allotment. Done some watering. It's important to do watering. Make sure the plants are happy. The carrots start to grow. Doing well. There's one of the flowers now planted, now growing. Sunflowers are halfway there. And I finally got around to clearing some of the weed, but not much, but it tidies it up a little bit. Yet more kale. I had plenty of kale this year. Very crunchy, very nice. There's the outcome of one of the flowers. The carrots were ready. The kale started to flower, and then it starts to seed. Again, make sure you do lots of watering, especially that year, quite dry. I was testing to see if the carrots are ready. Not quite, but unusual shape. I thought I'd test it anyway. Took it home, gave it a little wash, and then tested it. They were very crunchy, tasted very fresh, very fresh.
Mud. Tastes like mud.
I planted only one of the tomatoes, which I kind of forgot. Yeah, sunflowers needed there. There's the Christmas tree. So I picked some more carrots. They're different sort of types of carrot. No idea what type of carrot, but different shapes and sizes. With these carrots, I entered them into a competition. I entered them into Harrow and Leaf show at the Headstone Village Show 2019. So it was unusual vegetables. Sunflowers finally flowered, looking very nice. A lack of water killed some of the plants. So, yeah, more water. Water. There's one of my tomatoes. Tomatoes. Forgot to plant them in the allotment, but they've done quite well growing in the pots. Not fully ready, but fresh. Surprisingly, this is what a tomato looks like when it's ready. Don't know what that is. Some sort of growth. There's another one. Some sort of root. No idea. Oh, I also had potatoes. Forgot about that. I do find potatoes quite easy to grow, and they're easy to leave them to do their own thing. Take them home. Result. Give them a little wash. There they are, nice and fresh. Got some more carrots. Gonna make some roast dinner. So boil the potato and they're gonna become dinner. Clean up the carrots. Throw them in a pot of hot water. Throw the potatoes into some oil in the oven. Give that about an hour. And they go nice and crispy. That's the veg already. There they are, the potatoes, nice and crunchy. Ooh la la, roasted now. By cooking your own produce, it's so much more like fresh, very fresh. Has a lot more flavour than what you get from the shop. I think this is about halfway through the year now. Everything's just doing its own thing. Sometimes it's easier to use a tool to do a bit of digging, you get more potatoes. Carrots are all done. I don't know why, but I'll just give it a little scratch like that. Get yourself a bag. This is collecting some of the kale seeds. So I put the stems into a bag, rip them off. Some of the roots from the kale, put that in the composting. Some of the plants drying out, dying off. A bit of water would have helped them, but I was a little bit too late. Make sure the Christmas tree is happy. Picking the last of the kale. Walking past camera shot makes it dramatic. Yet more kale and some potato. This is collecting seeds. So I've got myself a little pot, pick them off. Crack them open, drop them in, crack it off, pop it open, drop them in. Quite a tedious job. I don't think that's the right way to do it because it takes so long. But I'm still doing it. So I just thought I'd take them out. See, there's a lot to do. So with the seeds in the bag, just pour it into the pot. Take out the waste bits. There you are, collecting the seeds. Give the rest a crunch over a pot or something. Pick out the ends. Label up the tub. There we go, kale in a little pot. Back to the allotment. Duck appeared from nowhere. Oh, I forgot, I had rhubarb as well, but I kind of forgot about that. As you can see, it's starting to go into autumn. All the leaves are brown. Everything starts to break down. There's a Christmas tree, seems to be perking up a little bit. And there we go. Hope you enjoyed that.